Hello everybody and welcome back to the Kingdom Hearts 2 playthrough! So we're in a different part of the underworld this time, and this is actually a slightly interesting area because you kind of walk forward and then you just drop. Rather annoyingly, these ghosty enemies are a pain in the butt sometimes if they kind of catch you off guard. And also trying to get all of the chests in this area is just a pain! But thankfully I do actually get them all, so you will actually have a nice sort of easy guide to finding them if you get a little bit lost. Thankfully, I mean, it is pretty easy to find your way around here, but the lack of a map is slightly irritating. Also, falling rocks are always a bad idea. Please do not throw them at me, because I will not like them and I will not appreciate them. It's just really, really stupid. Also, this ghosty just decided to be a little bit of a sod. Because it's like, come on dude, just let me attack you and then... kind of, actually, I want to fight you, but I'm just dropping all the way to the bottom and then you're out of view. Although thankfully I think he came down to my level now, so I can actually hit him. It is making me wish that Glide was in the game. I mean, it is, but it is certainly not as it was in the original Kingdom Hearts, in which you just got it after completing Neverland. Here you actually need it. Basically, it is it's an unlocked ability hidden behind a drive form, and there ain't no way you're getting that anytime soon. Because it's a super special secret drive form that you don't get until right at the end of the game, if you manage to unlock it at all. So Glide loses its use somewhat because you are highly unlikely to actually be getting it. But the moments where you probably could have used Glide are quite numerous, and it's kind of just like, for Pete's sake, I want Glide and I want Dodge Roll, why did you take these magnificent abilities away from me? What's even more frustrating is that in the Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, there is Limit Form, which I have no idea how you actually get, but that basically gives you the moves that Sora had in the last game, so like Ars Arcanum and Ragnarok and Strike Raid and all that jazz, and also Dodge Roll. So it's just like, you taunting little gits. Hopefully, come Kingdom Hearts 3, they decide to reinstate Dodge Roll. Or at least, kind of, some alternates. I mean, it's there in Dream Drop Distance, sort of, from what I recall. But then also, you had the variants in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, because you had Terra's rather clunky slide, which was awful. Then Dodge Roll, which was a dodge roll, so it was quite good. And Aqua's absolutely based cartwheeling skills. I have to say, I'm still very, very happy that Aqua is by far the best character. Because for a series that kind of, in general, is quite open to kind of anyone being powerful, it really doesn't have that many strong female characters. Outside of, like, the Disney princesses, and even then it's debatable whether you can classify them as strong female characters. So to have Aqua come in and be a main character and be amazing is like a massive step forward for this series, and I hope that kind of Kingdom Hearts 3 furthers that. I mean, part of me is hoping that Kairi actually gets to be playable, and she ceases her function as damsel in distress, because seriously, we don't need a damsel in distress at the point in the narrative where we are now. To be honest, it would be quite cool if, like, this is like going really fanfiction-y, and it's probably not cool in the slightest, but I just thought it'd be slightly amusing to suggest this as a possibility. But, like, having all of the Disney princesses have a keyblade and fight. Because, I mean, like, Ariel fought alongside us during Atlantica in the first game, so it's not completely out of the ordinary, and kind of through the course of kind of like sequels and other stuff, we have seen Disney princesses kind of kicking butt. Because, I mean, you've got, well, Rapunzel with her frying pan. Although I don't think it's actually a frying pan, it is something else, but I can't remember precisely the cooking instrument that it is. And obviously Elsa, and yeah, I mean Cinderella's actually done some badass stuff in the third film, but nobody probably watched that because the second one was so awful. Also, hello, mystery organisation member.
You. Wait a sec. Roxas? Excuse me? Roxas? Oh, it's no use. Huh? What are you talking about? Let's see here. If the subject fails to respond, use aggression to liberate his true disposition. Right. Did they ever pick the wrong guy for this one? You're bizarre. Oh, he's gotta be the thief. Now that's just plain rude.
And so we have a rather short boss fight, sort of boss fight, kind of a little bit, against this sod here, with the absolutely wonderful Dance Water Dance, or as I'm sure plenty of people will be wanting to do at this moment in time, Dance Water Dance, Dance Water Dance, do 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 do. It's been a long time since I've watched Labyrinth, I'm sorry. So, basically you need to destroy all of his water clones, which is primarily done by using Wild Dance. Now this is not particularly challenging. In fact, this is really quite easy. Having said that, this guy later on, when we have to face him down again and actually have a proper boss fight with him, he's a pain in the backside, and arguably one of the hardest fights in the game, which is completely and utterly ridiculous considering he's such a twit.
Guy's a broken record.
Although, people do quite like him, because he's kind of dorky, and people like dorky. And now we have our powers back!
Let's go!
Yay! So we have the power to, you know, use our drives again. Which is just like, it's just like, yes! Yes! Also, we are right where we need to be to try and save Meg. And that is what we're going to do, but if I recall correctly, I may or may not be missing a chest and may have to run back to try and find it. Because I seem to recall that being a thing. And being slightly just like, oh, it's in that awful weird bit that I don't like. Because it's a maze and I don't like mazes. I mean, I do. But, I mean, I have to say, if I got stuck in a maze, I would not like it one bit. But then I would probably try and find some sort of blunt instrument, well not blunt, sharp instrument and just cut my way through. Or attempt to climb to the top of the maze, and, well, this is assuming that it's a kind of, like a hedge maze, or something that you could actually climb up and go about it that way, because I think I would go insane, because it's like, I don't like mazes that I can't figure out. In fact, I don't like most things that I can't figure out. I'm just kind of slightly fussy that way. Also, we're not doing what I thought we were doing. We're actually just going to save Meg anyway. And be naughty and unlock the thing that we're not supposed to unlock. Because it's going to fall exactly into Hades' plan.
Almost there.
Now, I'm not quite sure what happens here. I think you're kind of meant to fall down into something, but it's sort of more like you teleport into this area, which is a bit weird.
Nah, that's what I call a key. Gee, thanks for your help. Now have a nice day.
Sora, behind you!
What's wrong? Can't fight in the underworld? Oh, boo-hoo-hoo!
Better think again.
Charge!
And so we begin our fourth-ish boss fight of Olympus Coliseum. And basically we have to beat up Pete, whilst making sure to protect Meg. This is pretty easy to do-ish. Just make sure that you defeat the hookbacks that are kind of accosting Meg, and then you can focus on Pete. But Pete otherwise doesn't put up too much of a fight. Although you'll probably continue to hear Meg going, "Help me! Help me!" constantly. Fair warning, there is a far, far, far worse catchphrase coming up. It is quite infamous from Kingdom Hearts 2. Also, escort missions are stupid. It's just not cool. I mean, Kingdom Hearts' escort missions are pretty bad in the grand scheme of things. I mean,
There's too many.
yeah, they're pretty bad. But there are other games that have done escort missions quite well. I mean, I always thought Bayonetta's escort missions were quite fun. And there are other games that have done escort stuff quite well. And I basically just said the same thing about 3 or 4 times in a row. I apologise for that.
What about you?
I'm gonna show these guys what happens when they mess with a true hero.
But yes, Hercules has joined us, and we are now going to kick ass. And hopefully not get our asses kicked, unlike
Now wait a
kind of
sec. Cool.
Pete here, who is going to suffer horribly.
Sora, I won't leave him.
He'll be okay.
Look, even Herc has his limits. He can't keep winning forever.
Then we'll go back him up.
Get Meg out of here!
I have to wonder, how on earth did Pegasus get in here? Was there some sort of other entrance? Did he kind of just magically appear in here, or what? Because if there was another entrance, I would have quite liked to have known where that was, because it would have made our journey so much quicker. We could have just got on Pegasus and flown in, and then we would have been fine. I mean, we would have missed out on all the chests and all, but kind of, we would have saved Meg a hell of a lot quicker. It would have saved us like 15 minutes. Like, come on, think about these things, guys. Now, the thing with this fight now is that there is a time limit, and every now and again people go into this ball, of which you have then got to throw him at her, who will then break the shield. Also, using Valor Form is a good idea during this fight because, I mean, it helps you just take down everything so much quicker. Because there is a heck of a lot that goes on during this fight. So, having the extra bit of speed when it comes to attacking really, really helps. Also, you may be thinking, oh gosh, you don't have any drive to pull off that whole finish the world in a form thing that you were talking about previously. Don't worry, we'll be fine. You haven't seen the length of this next boss fight.
This place gives me the creeps. I'll deal with you nitwits next time.
Oh!
Could today possibly get any better? This time, Wonder Breath is going down for good.
Well, that was quick, Hades. I thought you were kind of saying, yay, and then you just suddenly appeared here to taunt us. Sticks and stones, very well done, considering we're standing next to the river Styx. It's just like... so punny, Hades. So punny. I should point out at this point that another thing that the Hercules films got wrong about ancient Greek mythology is that Hades isn't actually a villain or a complete and utter villainistic. In the Greek stuff, he's actually he's just the god of the underworld, really. He just kind of does his job. Gets miffed off at people, stealing people out of the underworld, tries to drag them back, essentially. And, yeah, he's generally an alright guy, but here they made him very much the villain. And it works beautifully because, I mean, everyone always thinks of the devil or the person in charge of the underworld as being a villain, because it's essentially hell, although in Greek stuff you don't get heaven and hell, it's just the underworld, and that is where you go, no matter what you did in life. But either way, it's time for boss fight number 5, I think. Something like that.
Champ, you're safe.
I failed.
It's not your fault.
I left everyone unprotected. Hades was right. I'm just a washout.
Ah, come on, champ. I didn't train you to think like that.
Wonder Boy.
Phil's right. This is no time to beat yourself up.
I'm some hero.
Yeah.
Don't suppose you got room for one more?
We're in.
Weren't you just leading Hercules off, like, a second ago? And also, I like how Hercules is just like, I left everybody unprotected. And I know I heard those cheers, but there was nobody in that Colosseum. Like, seriously, those seats were empty. But either way, we begin our fight with the Hydra, and the Hydra is most definitely the hardest fight you all have faced up until this point. Because he's always kind of sitting very high up and he throws a lot at you, and it just keeps going and going and going and going and going. It's really long. It's a really cool boss fight, but it's so tedious. Also, Sora, you need to make sure that you, you know, burn the kind of neck stumps to make sure that they don't go back, because that's how you defeat the Hydra. And I should probably point out that, so the Hydra, although I think its full title is the Lernian Hydra, is in the original, so obviously. Basically it possessed many heads. Apparently, the components kind of say that it has more heads than vase painters or vase painters can paint. And so, the Hydra of Lerna was killed by Heracles' second of the labours. Although there is apparently confusion over whether it's 12 labours or 10 labours, so the Hydra sort of ends up being a failed labour. Also, yes Phil, I get it. Get up on the Hydra's effing back. Yes Phil, we get the point. Yes, information bar, we get the point. Please, stop. This is easier said than done, Phil. Now I have to say, I had forgotten how to get up onto the Hydra's back. But it's just like, ugh. That line is just repeated so much that it's just like, oh my god, shut up. Because it's just, get up on the Hydra's back! Get up on the Hydra's back! And the information bar is, get up on the Hydra's back! It's just like, shut up, I know what I'm doing! Stop, please! And then, ridiculous number of heads. It's just like, ah! But then we are about to get a really, really cool quick time event. Which is so cool. At this point, the Hydra kind of tends to keep its head out of your range, which is really frustrating. It's just like, come on, I just want to hit you. I want to continue this boss fight, please. But yes, eventually you will get Pegasus Run, and although it's a reasonably uninvolving thing, it does just look so cool. Although it's still very much just cauterize the neck wounds. That'll stop more heads from forming. Come on, Sora. You have the ability to use fire. Make use of it. But no, that would be slightly too graphic for a Disney game. Although saying that, in the film when they defeated, well, when Hercules fought the Hydra, that was very, very graphic, and you've got the kind of oozing neck stumps, and it was really grotesque. And then they actually used the CGI, which is one of the few uses of CGI in a Disney film that's not a full 3D CG film. Like, in the 2D animation stuff, it's 3D didn't get used, I think, until Beauty and the Beast. And that was only for kind of like the background, so the ballroom scene was done in a 3D generation. That's why it was so cool. But the Hydra, much like the so the buffalo or the waterfall, yeah, you get the picture. The stampede scene in The Lion King, those were done with 3D models. I mean, you can tell with the Hydra because, like, seriously, it just looks so different, and also there's so much going on that there is no way they could have animated it in 2D. Also, finished the battle in Valor form. Oh yes!
I let you down. I'm just... no use.
It's not your fault. Hey, even a god would be exhausted.
She's right. Give yourself a chance to rest.
There won't be any games for a while anyway.
Don't worry about Wonder Boy here. I'll look after him. Sora, Donald, Goofy, I owe you big time.
Hey, it's no big deal. Just let us know if Hades or the Heartless start acting up. We'll take care of it.
Yeah, that's what heroes are for.
When did you three make Hero?
Let's save that for another time. We have to hit the road.
Okay, don't be strangers.
Gosh, I hope you feel better soon, Hercules.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, well, take care, you guys. Stay a little longer next time. We got some serious training to catch up on.
Well, time to go. Oh, I almost forgot. The Olympus Stone.
And where is everyone else?
Beats me. They must have had some other matters to deal with.
Matters? You mean they have more important affairs to attend to than my return?
Well, see, there's this Organization 13 that keeps getting in the way.
Let those fools play their little game.
But what about that runt with the Keyblade? He's been a real pain, too.
Oh, has he? Very well, then. I suppose you'd best tell me what's happened during my absence.
oh, Now I wonder where that old album could be. Queen Minnie! It's horrible! Something's wrong in the hall of the cornerstone! There's real sharp thorns everywhere! Oh, King Mickey, I wish you could hear me. The castle is in danger. We've got to do something soon. Donald? Goofy? Where are you?